Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Join us for the latest in news, views, and conversation with community leaders. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Breakthrough Incorporated and Homes for You. Now, put your finger on the Pulse of Spokane.
Well, welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Kent Adams here. Hope you're having a good day. It's warmed up a bit. It's funny when you talk about the mid-30s as being warm compared to, 5 or 6 degrees. Hey, we've got a fun program today, an interesting program as well. Andrew Rawls. I'm not close. Rawls. Okay, like in Lou. Rawls. Okay, I just have to remember that. From the Downtown Spokane Partnership is going to be here. One of our favorite organizations, and we love downtown, so we're going to talk about that. Daylene Kersey-Patterson, an entrepreneur, is going to be here, and she's going to talk about her new business and all the things that are going on literally across the state. Hopefully she's here. She's not in the studio yet. Maybe she got caught in Snoqualmie Pass because it's still closed for the second day. Karen Bontrager from the No Fear in Love race is going to be here. And Tabor Cody from Cotes Photography, all here on the Pulse of Spokane.
Good afternoon, Spokane. Today we have a high of 34 degrees with some snow falling down on us. Snow will continue to fall until Friday afternoon, and hopefully we'll see some sun during the end of the week. During nighttime, we're going to see the temperatures drop down quite a bit into the teens and be mostly cloudy throughout the week. There will be some snow falling down today over in Coeur d'Alene with a high of 35 and a low of 18, and also some snow in the valley with a high of 35 and a low of 18 as well.
Custom lighting in the kitchen. I'm into it.
To help you be safe, Washington state law requires you to call 811 2 full business days before you plan, for example, to dig, drill, plow, pull from, or pound anything into the ground. Be prepared to provide the operator with the correct address, cross street, and the description of your work. You must mark the dig area with white paint. The operator will inform you of the utilities notified of your impending excavation. Wait for all their marks. Be safe and dig with care.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
Well, welcome back. It's good weather if you're not traveling to Seattle or coming back from Seattle. Lou Rawls here. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Andrew Rawls.
If only I had that kind of voice.
Yeah, exactly. From the Downtown Spokane Partnership. Now, you sent Mark off to go to some meeting so you could come and have fun here, right?
Well, Mark sends his regards. Wanted to be here, but I think I have a better head of hair than he does. So much prettier on camera.
Yeah, we need to put a lot of anti-shine on your head. I'm kidding.
That's right.
Hey, a lot of good things are happening downtown. I love downtown. The one thing I'll start off with is I was so surprised yesterday. We had to come down to the studio and then head over to Avista for a shoot in the morning yesterday. And I thought, oh my gosh, downtown is going to be an absolute mess. We won't be able to get around on the streets and everything else. I was pleasantly surprised. The city and everyone else really got together and cleaned it up, didn't they?
Yeah. The city has focused a lot of effort over the past 2-3 years on perfecting their technique with snow plowing and getting all the arterials, and it was quite a difference from back in 2008, 2009.
Yes. Yes.
To say the least. But
the big berms down the street, in the middle of the street.
Yeah. And we still, I don't think we've reached the level of snow that those two snow events, we haven't quite yet reached. Maybe we will by Thursday, Friday. But the streets department has really focused a lot of time and effort on perfecting their techniques with routes and equipment they operate. Actually, Monday night they were testing out a new piece of equipment. I think it might have been on Main. It's like an auger, so a big, basically a truck attachment snow blower that's supposed to shoot snow into a dump truck. So they worked on it. They still got to work out a couple bugs on that. But I mean that's one example of something new that they're doing. But in general, their snow response times are faster and a lot more effective, I think.
And your team is out there too.
Oh yeah. Our
tell us
clean
what
team,
your team is
our
doing.
clean team and security ambassadors are out engaging with people across the 80 square blocks of downtown Spokane's business improvement district, day in and day out, whether it's hot, whether it's cold. Yeah. And in this time of year, of course, it means that our security ambassadors are pushing out all sorts of stranded motorists who are attempting to park in our parking stalls.
Do you buy them back braces so that they don't hurt themselves?
Yeah, no, that's something that we definitely keep track of, and it's something that's managed very specifically, or they focus on it. And then our clean team is hard at work keeping the crosswalks as clear as possible. Yeah. Now that we've gotten away from the freezing temperatures and are going into the thaw cycle, now they've got to keep track of the drains and do everything possible to try to get those cleared out so that you can get to meetings without stepping into 3-4 inches of water.
No kidding, no kidding. And I mentioned to you before we went on the air that I make a point of saying thank you when I see your teams out there, because they really are on top of it and really doing a good job. In fact, they park some of your vehicles up in the parking, where the west parking over here, and I see them every so often as well. But they're always friendly, they're always working, and that really, I think, helps make a difference in downtown Spokane.
Yeah, and we're very fortunate to have such a committed, dedicated group of people. That many of them have worked for the Downtown Partnership for many, many years, several up in the neighborhood of 10 even to 20 years.
Okay.
So, a lot of time, and these are folks that know downtown better than frankly they probably know their own neighborhoods. So a lot of service. And
what else is going on with the Downtown Spokane Partnership? Because you guys are just doing so many things.
Yeah, there's a ton going on. I'll get to a couple of events that we're working on in a moment, but I think I'd like to take the opportunity to mention that the public safety bond, or not bond, I should say levy, passed last night by 64%, and that was good news. The Downtown Spokane Partnership Board of Directors endorsed the measure unanimously when it was presented at our January meeting. And so it was good to see that their perceptions lined up with.
And we had some of the union people on here and have been promoting it and so forth too. Because when it comes to what's important, safety is important to all of us and our families, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and we support a city that it runs its business in a cost-effective manner, and we are fully in agreement with the need to ensure that the city doesn't run deficits. But at the end of the day, downtown really needs additional police officers, and we're very fortunate to have a downtown precinct that's operated out of the Intermodal Center, and I think they're in the neighborhood of 14 officers. But
really,
the commitment for the levy was an additional 5 dedicated to downtown.
Good.
And we think that when those officers are trained and brought into downtown, that we'll see them more in the downtown core.
Good.
Than the officers who really have to focus on the area, South Downtown and the area around Intermodal. They really have to spend a lot of their time focused on that part of town. So it'll be good to see officers on foot patrols right in the downtown core, in the retail and the hospitality and restaurant core of downtown.
And like your staff, they're always friendly too. They're there to help. To help.
Yes, exactly. Yep. Yeah. Well, we love our downtown officers, and it'll be fantastic to see more of them here. And of course, that's also not to mention the fact that there will be additional officers across the city and police detectives, so more time that they can spend dealing with property crime investigations and that sort of thing. And then, of course, the 30 plus firefighters that were retained as a result of the yes vote. So that was great news yesterday. But as what we're actually up to, we have our annual meeting just around the corner on February the 28th.
Yep. Yes.
And we will have as our keynote speaker Kate Jonkis, who is the former director of our counterpart organization in Seattle, the Downtown Seattle Association. She moved on from there to be the deputy mayor of Seattle, and just finished her time with government off in Seattle, and is now working for consulting firm, urban development consulting firm. So she'll be talking about her perspective as longtime business improvement district director.
Yeah, she's been in the mix of it, hasn't she?
Yeah, she sure has. Yeah. So it'll be great to hear from her. And on Tuesday, we launched our request for proposals for consultants, any and all, from across the United States to propose a concept to update our downtown plan. So we've done two of those.
Yes.
They're 10-year plans, and our most recent or current version of the plan was completed in 2008. So we're definitely due.
It's
due.
time.
Yeah,
yes.
It's time, and that's always an important that's the strategic document that guides the work that we do, and we hope also informs our policymakers on what they should engage in over a 10-year period to ensure that downtown continues to grow and remain an active, vibrant place for business and entertainment, but also now recently residents. We're seeing significant.
We're seeing
growth,
more and more of that, aren't we?
In the residential population in downtown. I mean, that's something we really haven't seen since, frankly, the 1960s.
Yeah, you may not be aware of this, but we're partnering with Downtown Spokane Partnership to do a couple of programs a month called Hello Downtown, and with Liz and others, and we're going to be talking about all the good things that are going on in downtown. In fact, I think the first show we shoot in 2 weeks. So we're looking forward to that partnership as well. So we're kind of running out of time here. So let's talk about the annual meeting one more time, because there's still opportunity to get seats for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How can people do that?
Yeah, they should check out our websites. Downtownspokane.org.
Okay.
And
pretty simple.
It'll be right there. Follow the prompts for the annual meeting. It's right at the top, and it'll take you to the location where you can purchase.
In fact, we're going to be there to shoot the video of your speaker.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to that. All right. So it'll be a fun time. Any last thing you want to say about downtown?
Yeah, some amazing things going on at Riverfront Park. Take a look at the pavilion. They're putting what they're calling illumination blades, those reflective strips, right into the wire mesh right now. So once those are complete, they'll uplight, and those things will glow, and any color you want, any color combination you want. It's the way.
How soon?
That's going to take a while. I think spring, summer.
Okay.
And then some, I think, very important news that hasn't been noted is the fact that the Parks Department team has now successfully funded a wheel park for the North Bank. So as a playground, as the regional playground is developed, they'll also add with that basketball courts, and now recently the decision was made to add a wheel park as a replacement to the under the freeway wheel park, and that'll allow Riverfront Park really to provide something that's focused on the teen on into early 20s, mid-20s demographic, which is an important piece.
Because you and I aren't going to be out there doing that, are we?
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah.
Not unless there's an ambulance about 20 feet over.
Yeah. I just turned 40, and
40. I don't remember being 40.
Things are changing. Yeah, I'm not. My skateboarding days, I think, are over. But for our 16 to
24-year-olds,
12 to 24-year-olds,
and they can do some amazing things too. They really can. Yeah. Well, Andrew, thank you, and thank you for all that Downtown Spokane Partnership is doing, because we have a vibrant downtown, which is important to the entire area.
Well, we are grateful for the partnership and an opportunity to be on today.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
This is River Ridge Frame Shop, called Frame It Today, where we can take your art, customize it, and get it ready to hang on the wall. here at River Ridge Hardware, 2803 West Garland.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
Hello there, Internet. My name is Braden Magruder, and I'm just coming out of the Spokane Talks building, and I'm excited to bring to you guys a new announcement that I am going to be the new host of the Youth Spotlight program. Now, our old host, Colin, he's off to Texas Christian University to pursue a degree in theater and broadcasting, and you know what? That's great for him, but that's what I like to call adulting. And you know, I don't think that we have time for adulting with the Youth Spotlight program. What the Youth Spotlight program is here to do is to bring to you guys news, the greatest news of some of the most amazing people here throughout Spokane that are, what? Just going in high school, maybe about to go into college, you know. These people are achieving life's dreams and they are so young. And I think that these are stories that you guys should know about. And I'm so excited to be bringing them to you. Now, I'm a Spokane native myself. I've been performing throughout Spokane in various different shows. I just closed the show of Music Man, and you know, I guess I like long walks on the beach, keeping my business attire, while also keeping my French fry socks on close at hand. You know, it's going to be a great year, and I'm so excited to be your guys' host. So tune into Youth Spotlight to watch me interview some of the most amazing people. Thank you and have a great day.
Welcome back to the Pulse of Spokane. Hope you're having a good day and staying plenty warm. It's been kind of cold the last few days. Karen Bontrager, did I say that right? Did I get your?
You did a great job.
Okay. Karen, where do I know you from?
I have a audio program on here called the 16 to 24-year-old Voice, and you were so lovely, and you gave me an opportunity to do that program.
And you were doing your master's degree at EWU, right?
I was, and I finished that, thank goodness, and now, thank God, and I am a licensed mental health counselor, and I work with 16 to 24-year-old boys and their families.
All right. Why did you pick that segment of our society? Because there's got to be a reason for that. Okay. And it can't be an easy reason, because that's probably a difficult group to deal with at times, isn't it?
Well, when I first started out, I just wanted to figure out like why 16 to 24-year-olds were triple the rate of being involved in dating violence. And when I started to dig into the research, I found out we do not talk about healthy relationships. Okay. So how can they do something they've never heard about, they've never seen, and in society we stress unhealthy relationships 24/7.
Yeah, you can see it all the time on social media and everywhere else.
Yeah, disrespect is
Movies.
kind of the norm, right?
Yeah.
And so this is an opportunity to focus on the light and not the darkness.
Good, good. So now, in addition to your practice, and you have your counseling practice, right?
Yeah, No Fear and Love Coaching.
Okay, that's the name of it. All
yes.
right. Okay. And speaking of no fear.
No fear.
And you have something coming up pretty soon, don't you?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yes. On March 2nd, we have the No Fear and Love race at Gonzaga University.
Okay.
And it's going to be at the law school parking lot onto the Centennial Trail. And what's really cool about it, Kent, is that there's never been an event in history dedicated specifically to 16 to 24-year-olds to really understand their worth. I've done this for 8 years, 5 years on the East Coast, 1 year in Cheney, 1 year at Spokane Falls, and this year at Gonzaga. And
you know it, don't you?
I know it. I know this topic, and it's like young people really want a platform to discuss healthy relationships, not unhealthy.
What are some of the biggest issues that the 16 to 24-year-olds have in addition to unhealthy relationships? Is it about sex? Is it about what am I going to do in life? Is it about school? I mean, there are so many different things hitting you at that age.
Yeah. Well,
I don't miss being that age.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would say that the biggest problem that they have is that they feel invisible.
Okay.
And they do not know their worth, because underneath unhealthy relationships, they don't know their worth. Underneath suicide, there's no hope, they don't know their worth. Underneath cutting, we really need to focus on the 16 to 24-year-old. That's why I called...
It's a real pivotal time, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, that's why I called the program the 16 to 24-year-old voice, because they have a voice and they want to be heard, but no one's listening to them. I've seen that repeatedly.
What are some of the things they're telling you?
Well, they say things like, we did a video, and basically your administrator is going to play the video at nofearandloverace.org, but we hear the same thing. We just don't know about healthy relationships. And the one guy says, well, if I'm 16 to 24 in Spokane and I don't know about it, then probably other 16 to 24-year-olds don't know about it either. And then they say things like, this is the pivotal time in our life, and we just have not, we don't have this conversation.
We're kind of being ignored.
We're ignored. And I if I could say that on top of a building, I would say it, because all these people that have 16 to 24-year-olds around them, they get them to do things, but they don't see them.
Yeah.
You know, like, how does it feel to not be valued?
Yeah. You mentioned something that's kind of sensitive, and that's suicide.
Yes.
What are the rates of suicide compared to the rest of society for this group?
Well, for boys specifically, it's 4 times the rate of females.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's a really, and what is really disheartening to me as a counselor, it's becoming accepted that they're depressed.
Yes.
You know, during a time where they should be, during the greatest time of their life, where they have the most energy and vitality.
And the fewer responsibilities, really, in a lot of ways, yes.
And they're the saddest in history.
Really?
I feel like we're losing a generation. I say that with all veracity. I've studied healthy relationships for 8 years now.
Right.
I've been a counselor for 7 years, and now I've been a coach for 7 years and a counselor for 3.
Right. Okay, so let's go back to your race coming up.
Yeah.
And how can people sign up, or what do they do to be involved? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you just go to www.nofearandloverace.org.
Okay. Is there a cost involved?
$27, and then I think it's $325 for the active site registration fee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what happens is that we have a lot of businesses, and they pay for all the 16 to 24-year-olds, so that's a great option.
Okay, great. So website once again, so people...
www.nofearandloverace.org. And we're trying to get a lot of people out there. After we have the 6-mile race, we have a 1-hour conversation about healthy relationships. And Ken, I have seen millions of times they never want to leave.
Really?
That's
great.
They get up, they run 6 miles at 6:29 in the morning, and then they don't want to leave. People say, I can't even get them out of bed, but there's never been an event in history specifically dedicated to them understanding their worth. And it is about time we start to address the 16 to 24-year-old.
Do this. Let's plan to have you back later in March or in April, because we're kind of booked in March, but maybe in April.
Yeah.
And if you can, identify somebody and bring them and have them talk about what they experienced.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I think that would be fun, because you and I can talk about it all we want. And we're talking about it in theory and so forth. But if you can find an articulate, comfortable young man to come in and talk, let's do that. I think that would be interesting.
Fantastic.
And I think our viewers would like that as well. So,
fantastic.
Well, congratulations on all you're doing. And I've only seen good things since you interned with us a couple years ago. So great. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and talk about photography with a young man. And are you in the 16 to 24 range? I am. He is? Okay. Well, we're going to go right to one of the sources right after this.
It takes a community to raise a family. It also takes one to build a business. I came to Spokane 12 years ago as a Whitworth student, and I planned to leave after graduation. But the more I got to know this community, the more I wanted to become a part of it. My husband and I have built our business in Spokane, and now we're raising our family here too. We operate a consulting company that provides creative business development strategies. Our approach is holistic and dependent on intentional connections and relationships. And no one understands connections and relationships better than GSI. They direct momentum towards investments in our community, provide resources that help business leaders connect, and they're dedicated and passionate about making Spokane great. GSI gives me the confidence to build my business here because they believe every organization, even a small one like mine, adds big value to our community. With GSI's help, Spokane will be a place my son will want to build his career too. I'm Eva Marquette, owner of Freshview. We're creating something greater with Greater Spokane Incorporated.
Hi, this is Kurt Stockwell with Well Dressed Walrus. We are a local website design and development company here in Spokane. What we do is build beautiful, usable websites for local businesses. A website needs to be beautiful, it needs to be usable for your users, your customers, and yourself. Contact us anytime. We'd love to talk with you about your online marketing.
What? You haven't been to the library lately? Stop in today and see that the library is more than books. Spokane County Library District facilities feature on-site technology, including Wi-Fi, computers, and printers, as well as free use of meeting rooms. The Library District offers events and programs for all ages, from story times to career development and employer classes to Social Security workshops. Our staff is well trained and happy to help. Find out more about your library at scld.org.
Well, welcome back. You know, we were just talking about that 16 to 24-year-old age group, and I remember talking with Tabor Cody a few weeks ago. Yeah. It was actually, I think, before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was before Christmas.
Yeah, and I knew you were young, okay, and I thought you were around 20,
yeah.
But you just turned 21 last week.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I think we have the paddle ready for your 21 swipes.
Okay.
Okay. You're a local boy.
I am, yeah. Right.
Where did you go to school?
I went, for high school, I went to Lewis and Clark High School.
Yes.
And I graduated 2017.
Okay.
And then I'm at the Falls now.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Are you teaching them over there?
No, I am, I'm going for an AA degree
okay.
and taking photo classes when I can.
Okay, now, you are young, you are a photographer, and you've done some great photography.
Thank you.
I've seen that. Why did you pick photography of all the things that you could pick?
Well, I took AP photography in high school, and I really fell in love with it then.
Okay.
Mainly because in a photograph, you can tell a story.
Yes.
And with people, every person has a different story to tell, and I love showcasing that. And showcasing people's inner beauty and inner handsomeness.
Okay.
And everyone's beautiful in their own way. So...
Yeah, and
yeah.
You still kept looking at me when you said that, okay? I'm just kidding. You know, you kept a poker face, okay? I mean, because I have a face for radio, and I think I've already said that. But, yeah, you went to the same high school my kids did. So my 4 kids went there, so I know Elsie.
Okay. Yeah.
I think they've kind of dug out of the snow a little bit. But, what do you focus on for your photography? Is it people? Is it animals? Is it landscapes? I know you're trying to tell a story, but which area really interests you the most?
I love photographing people. 'Cause when you photograph a person, you capture that person's...
For that moment.
That moment.
In
you
time.
Capture
and you'll
that
never get
moment
back
in time.
again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you can showcase that everyone has something to offer. And you can showcase how everyone is unique in their very own way. And I just love working with people because you build that connection throughout the shoot.
Yeah, we're showing some of your pictures right now, and absolutely stunning. How are you shooting all digital?
I am shooting all digital.
I remember the days, and it was before you would have been born even, when it was film.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember those days?
Yep.
Have you ever developed film or anything?
I have.
You have, okay. Probably black and white.
Yeah, I do have my own black and white film camera that I use time to time.
But there's a uniqueness to doing that too, isn't it?
Definitely.
I mean, the creativity. I've seen some wonderful photographs where I go, that would have been nice. No, that's perfect in black and white.
Yeah.
Because it just captures a different mood, because we all see things in color, at least most of us do,
Yeah.
and as very natural. But it brings a certain depth by doing the black and white or tinted,
Yeah,
and those
exactly.
kinds of things too. And so much you can do today on the computer.
Yeah, I think there's a time and a place for film, and film, it doesn't matter what gear you have, it's how you use the gear and how you tell the story. Like
Right.
you could have an iPhone camera and still take a great photograph.
Right.
It doesn't matter what gear you have.
Yeah, it's the eye to catch it, isn't
exactly.
it? Yeah, yeah. It's really kind of fun and interesting. When I was your age and younger, that's what I wanted to do in life, and I was very fortunate. I did the yearbook thing, like so many photographers have done.
Yeah.
And the second year I did it, I was the photo director, whatever the title was, and so forth. And I learned from a fellow, we had a professional photographer that was associated with our school that did some of the real important photographs and things like that. And he's still alive, at least he was a few months ago, because I'm ancient, so he's got to be a little more ancient than I am. I learned so much from him by his coming to the school and by going up to his photography studio and so forth.
Yeah.
And over the years, he did corporate leaders in the LA area, and he did the rich and famous and so forth. And one of the things that I remember to this day was, people don't need to actually open their mouth and smile. You can get a good picture without showing teeth. And that's all. And I've done that a couple times to people and say, how about not doing the typical cheese kind of thing?
Yeah.
Do you do that sometimes?
I do love the natural smile, and I don't usually like to pose my clients. I like to tell them, hey, if you're a ballerina, do this ballerina pose. Or, hey, you're a gymnast, do like a back bend. Or for couples, I tell them, look into each other's eyes and think about your first date. Or look into each other's eyes and tell each other a joke. Because then you get that genuine, that genuine feeling and that genuine connection between the two.
Because the doing, say, cheese is acting. Okay, that's not the real person.
Yep.
Tell us about some of the places you've been to do. Have you outside the area here? You've done some?
So I travel over the summer. I've been to Costa Rica.
Wow.
I have been to Salinas, California, out in the desert.
Yes.
I did some amazing astrophotography.
Right.
Out there, I've been Bellingham, Seattle, Idaho. I like to travel a lot during the summer just because it keeps originality and a different what's the word? Different
venues.
Different venues and different feelings. So you're not always in the same place, because every place has its own story to tell.
The one advance that you have today that I didn't have growing up was that you can take the picture or photographs. Let's not call them pictures. Let's call them photographs.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can take several and look and see how they are. Back in my day, which was back when the dinosaurs roamed, I get that, okay?
Yeah.
The fact is you would take the pictures and then pray a lot that they would come out, okay?
Oh my gosh,
you would do the f-stop difference and so forth, so that hopefully one of the 8 or 10 pictures you took of the skyline, there'd be the right setting somewhere, right? But you can do that out in the field today.
Yeah.
Does that help a lot?
To a point it does. I do like showing my clients the photos right off the bat, so then they can see that they're doing good and reinforce.
Builds the confidence.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but also I like the anticipation and waiting till I get back home and then seeing them on my computer and being like, oh my gosh, this is a great photograph.
Yeah.
So
now you're going to do some photographs for us too, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We talked about that. Yeah. Let's tell people how they can find you, because that's what's important. Okay.
Yeah.
I assume you would take some more projects if people wanted you to take. Okay.
Totally. Yeah. So if you visit www.Cotes, photography.myportfolio.com, you'll come to my website.
Okay.
And you can find all of my past work there. And you can contact me that way.
Yeah.
You can also go on Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram/TABOR_COTE.
Okay.
To see more of my recent work and contact me.
Now, I
that
got to
way.
ask this question because I'm just curious. Tabor, where did that come from? Where did that name come
Oh
from?
my gosh. I believe that is, I want to say it's either Greek or it means strong, fragile mountain.
Okay.
So I've throughout my
It's not
life-
after our uncle or something like that? Is
no.
Not in the, okay.
No, I've only met one other person.
I mean, what were your parents thinking? Right? No, okay. I'm probably not the first to say that, but it's an unusual name, okay?
Yeah, I struggled. I was in and out of the hospital my whole life.
Oh, okay.
So strong and fragile mountain really connects
Does
with me.
fit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
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 All right. Well, good. Hey, thanks for coming today.
Thank you
This
for
is
having
great.
me.
We've learned a lot, and I wish you the best. And we're going to look forward to some of your
Totally,
photographs.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Hey,
you.
thanks for watching the Pulse of Spokane today. Have a great week. We'll see you right here next Wednesday at noon. Take care, everybody.
The Pulse of Spokane is produced in Spokane, Washington by Spokane Talks Media, which is solely responsible for its content. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Breakthrough Incorporated and Homes for You. Ask a question, recommend a guest, and hear this program again online anytime at SpokaneTalksMedia.com. We wish you a great day.